It took me a while to figure out that I was lonely. I went from career-oriented professional to stay-at-home mom overnight. Naturally, I started hanging out with other moms, and I felt so different than most of them. I was goal-oriented and seeking purpose outside of my home and away from my family. But these women simply didn't want what I wanted, and that made me feel guilty. It actually made me feel selfish even, and just generally like a bad mom. So like so many women, I started faking the funk. I hid how unhappy I was and how frustrated, bored, and lonely I was. But the longing wouldn't go away. I felt like I was wasting away, trying to play small, trying to be a supporting role and not casting myself first or as the lead in my own life. I was determined though to make a sacrifice while my kids were young. I wanted to stay home with them just for a few years and focus on my family. But it was too hard for me. I was so unfulfilled. I was so unhappy, miserable actually. I hated the mundane nature of our simple schedule. Every day seemed like the same thing over and over again, Groundhog Day. And I just couldn't see myself ever getting out. So like so many women in my situation, I pushed it away. I refused to think about it. I refused to dwell on it. I drank a lot of wine, probably too much wine. And I just chose not to process it. Even though I was surrounded by people all the time and hanging out with other stay-at-home moms constantly, I was really, really lonely. And I know I'm not alone. I'm not alone in this. So many women feel this way, especially when their kids are young and they commit to staying home with them. If you're feeling this way, I get it. I see you. And in the process of denying myself through all of this and my emotions, my heart literally broke. I started to feel heart palpitations, and I didn't know it at the time, but I'm confident that my pain was manifesting itself physically. I think that everything I was feeling was just showing up here in my heart. My heart would race for no reason. I feel this pressure in my chest, and it was real. But the pain led to many, many months of doctor's appointments. I saw so many specialists, cardiologists, arrhythmia specialists, test after test. They diagnosed me with a heart condition that has two symptoms, syncope or fainting and sudden death. My depression just got worse as a result. I can absolutely say that this was rock bottom for me. My mental health was already very poor at this point, and now I wondered if I would live to see the next day. I let myself wallow in this place for a long time, feeling sorry for myself, resenting everyone around me. Looking back though, I know my heart was just broken. I just know that up until this point, I had a healthy heart and I was fulfilled. But denying myself for so long literally broke my heart. And this was my wake-up call. I hated myself. I was so sick of this version of me. Something had to change. I had always wanted to invest in real estate and put myself on the sidelines for way too long at this point. So I committed. I was ready to go all in, but I didn't even really know what that meant. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what steps to take. I didn't even know how to put one foot in front of the other in any sort of a productive way. I didn't know the system or the process, but I went after it anyway. I bought my first single family home, and then I did a flip, and then I purchased a duplex. I used a self-directed IRA to purchase a duplex, so that was kind of cool. But really guys, I struggled through all of it. But I built the system along the way, and I refined it each step of the way, and each time it got easier, and I honed my process. I can now say with confidence after purchasing 93 doors that my system works. It's efficient and effective and refined, and I teach people how to do it and use it every single day and build their own life-changing portfolio. So check out the course, register as soon as you can, and let's build our portfolios and make a ton of money together.